Hi everyone, we start with some hockey. It's anyone's game tonight in Brooks as the Alberta Junior Hockey League South Division final shifts back to that city. The Bandits won Game 6 in overtime to force a 7th and deciding game with Okotoks. The winner will advance to the Enerflex Cup against Spruce Grove. Game time tonight from the Centennial Regional Arena is 7 o'clock. Now in the Western Hockey League playoffs, the Medicine Hat Tigers return to the arena tonight looking to gain some ground on the Edmonton Oil Kings. The Oil Kings have jumped out to a 2-0 lead in that second round series. Expect a jam-packed rink tonight in the Hat as the Tabbies try to claw their way back into this affair. Game time is 7 bells. We will have highlights for you on our late show. Now to the Calgary Hitmen and Red Deer Rebels in Game 3 of their second round series last night. The Hitmen won the first 2 contests, but you knew Brent Sutter's group would fire everything at Calgary in order to get back in this series. Now Hitmen defenseman Peter Kostman, who doesn't score all that often, got the game's first goal last night and his first of the postseason. 1-0 Calgary there. 7 minutes later, Hitmen on a power play, but they get caught. And Brooks Maxwell electrified the Centrium crowd by beating Chris Drieger 1-1 after 1. No scoring in the second, no scoring in the third. So let's go to overtime where there was some scoring. Matthew Dumba winning it for the Rebels. What an effort by Red Deer last night. 2-1 Rebels in overtime. Game 4 is tonight at the Centrium. Of course, I'll have highlights for you on our late show. In a battle of the National Hockey League basement last night, the Flames beat the Avs and moved 3 points up on them in the standings. We'll pick things up with Colorado ahead 1-0. Roman Cervenka gets the puck, does a little shimmy and a shake and beat J.S. Jaguar. We're tied at 1. Later in the second, the Flames took the lead. Roman Horak with a terrific feed to Mike Camilleri in front, and he scored a dandy. It's 2-1 Flames. Now, Joey McDonald got the start for the Flames in net last night and was outstanding, turning aside 39 shots, including that one, to keep the Avs from tying it up. Late in the game, Flames shorthanded. Lee Stepniak to Alex Tanguay. He went in, lost control of the puck, got it back and roofed it to seal the victory. The Flames finally put an end to that ugly 13-game franchise record losing streak on the road. Lethbridge boy Jordan Meehan is a rising star in the UFC. His next fight is April 20th in San Jose, California, where he'll face Matt Brown on the main card. Glenn Campbell reports.
Jordan Meehan grew up wanting to be a star in the UFC, and the 23-year-old is well on his way. He loves everything about the sport.
I'm a huge UFC fan. I watch, every UFC I have since day one and play the video games, all that. I love, everything with the UFC, and it's pretty surreal to be involved with them, and feel lucky to, have my first win and fight in the UFC. Now I get another one.
Meehan didn't have a lot of time to prepare for this fight. His last fight was on March 16th at UFC 158 in Montreal, where he beat veteran Dan Miller in his UFC debut. Meehan says he doesn't mind the quick turnaround.
I feel great about it. I think it's another good opportunity, and I've kind of done this, my entire career. When I was, even younger, 16, when I turned professional, I was taking short notice fights, and my motto and my dad's motto and everybody at our team is, as long as you're healthy, I think you should be good to fight.
Both Meehan and Brown are known as finishers. So what's Jordan's strategy heading into this fight?
I think fire with fire usually is what I do. If he comes forward, I want to come forward too, And that's what, excuse me, I think makes for good fights. And that's what, the people come to pay and see it is a good fight. No one wants to see anybody, disengaging. They want to see people fight.
Meehan knows getting to the top of the UFC is a process, but he's happy where he's headed, and he has lofty goals.
To be the champion and be the best in the organization. That's always been the goal since day one, and once that, there's so many. Once I reach certain goals, where I have now to make it to the UFC, there's always another one that I, write down or try and get done or think of, nonstop. So it's never ending really.
Jordan sparring there with his father Lee, and I think Lee was taking it pretty easy on him. The 23-year-old Meehan is a 27-8 fighter and has won 9 of his last 10 contests.
Speaking of contests, can you ever have too big of fans?
I don't think so.
Well, we're going to show you what these folks did when we come back.